Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to each and every one of you. Welcome to Monday Morning Affirmation. I am your host, Stephen Dillard Carroll. Hello. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to a channel all about unconditional love and light. We uplift each other on this channel. We encourage, we enlighten, we inform, and inspire on this channel. We are each other's biggest cheerleading squad. We rah, 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 and sis boom ba over here. Anyone who is doing anything that is of good and goodness and positivity. That's what we do on this channel. We're all about affirming each other. If you're new to this channel, check out the comments down below, and you'll see how we uplift and encourage and inspire each other to be our bests. We see the divinity in each one of us, and we celebrate that divinity within all of us. So, let's get on with today's affirmation. The inspiration for our affirmation is brought to us by the Messenger Oracle. We haven't looked at the Messenger Oracle in quite some time. But we're going to dive into, I think, this particular deck for the next few weeks, because I really, really do like this. Again, I like Oracle cards. If you like this deck, if it sings out to you, if it resonates with you, you can purchase your very own deck. In the description down below, there is a link where you can click and go to the site that will sell you this particular Oracle deck. While you're down there, you'll also find 5 links to my top 5 faves as far as tarot cards. And in fact, this Oracle deck is part of that fave 5 that I use, because I happen to enjoy Oracle decks. I wasn't always a fan of the Oracle decks. I didn't always connect to them, and it was years upon years upon years of doing tarot work before I finally was like, oh, okay, I think I get Oracle cards now. And so I only have one deck of my own, but I happen to love this particular deck. So if you would like to purchase this deck or my other top 5 faves, you can find those links down below. You will also find down there a link to my private practice where you can book your own appointment with me. I am a psychic. I'm a psychic by trade. It is what I do for a living, and I would love to spend an hour in spirit with you. So you can find that link down below, as well as all of my social media links where you can follow me, and that would be great if you did. And finally, if you could like, comment, subscribe, and share this video, I'd really appreciate it, because when you like, comment, subscribe, and share, you end up helping me a lot. And again, that's what we're all about on this channel. We're all about encouraging good and goodness and positivity in each other. And I'm hoping that this channel spreads goodness and positivity and uplifts anyone who comes by. And so I thank you for that particular support. So let's jump right on into today's affirmation. The inspiration for our affirmation is brought to us by Be Vigilant. This card has come up for us before when we worked with the Oracle cards, to be vigilant. And again, this is very simple. The thing that I love about Oracle cards is it basically tells you what the card is all about. When you look at this card, you're like, I wonder what that image is about. Oh, and then you look below, oh, be vigilant. I actually I like this card. I really do. Dragons and fairies are enemies for more than one reason. I happen to be a fairy, or I connect to fairy energy more than I do dragon energy. But regardless, I like this card because the dragon is always watchful until he or she falls asleep, and that's when fairies come in and cause shenanigans. Be watchful, be ever vigilant. There's something to be said about trust. It's a beautiful thing when you come across a really trusting soul. Someone who is open, someone who is brave enough and courageous enough to be vulnerable, because vulnerability is one of the most courageous things anyone can do ever. And so my heart sings when I come across someone like that. And in many cases, I'm like that myself, to, immediately trust people, immediately bring people into my fold, immediately let my guard down and let people in. That's a vulnerable thing to say because it may lead people to try to take advantage of you, which would not be a wise thing in my case. But regardless, I know that energy of being trusting and being vulnerable and being open to people and loving people initially, because why wouldn't you? It just seems very natural when you meet someone to immediately love them, because that's the way of the universe. Unfortunately, even though we are a part of the universe, for some reason on this earthly plane, there's been a disconnect. We have created that disconnect. And so, because of that, there may not be as many people out there as we think that are deserving of that immediate trust and that immediate vulnerability. Everyone is deserving of unconditional love, regardless, point blank, period. I don't care who you are deserving of unconditional love. But unconditional trust, that's another thing altogether. And sometimes people get that twisted. I am one of those trusting souls, as I say. I immediately let people in, but luckily, knock on wood, the universe has saved me from myself on a number of occasions. In fact, the universe saves me from myself more often than probably I like to admit. And so when I let someone in that perhaps is not worthy of that unconditional trust and that immediate vulnerability, that relationship goes by the wayside pretty quickly. And for that I am grateful. I am grateful that my ancestors and my spirit guides look out for me in that way, and my deities look out for me in that way. I'm very grateful for that, because I could go down paths with people that will end up being very dangerous if I continue those paths. So I'm very lucky and blessed for that, but there are many, many people out there that perhaps don't have that kind of blessing around them. I do believe that the universe tries to warn us. I do believe that our ancestors and spirit guides and the person or people or things or entities that we call gods and goddesses, try to warn us. That still small voice within ourselves tries to warn us, but sometimes we're not as receptive to that warning as we should be, because there's many of us out there that are just those kinds of souls that are just open that way. And this card is telling us to maybe this week we should practice being more vigilant. And maybe there's a, I always say, let me see things for how they really are. Take off the glasses, the blinds, and let me see things for what they really are. Because even with that, you're not saying, I don't trust you. I just want to see who you really are. Or it's not that I don't trust the situation. I just want to see it for what it really is. And when I see it for what it really is, I'm going to believe what it is that I am seeing, and I'm going to make a choice based upon that information that I am getting. And so maybe that is even a better affirmation for this week and an encouragement for this week. As you're entering into new situations or even old situations, allowing yourself to see things for what they really are is going to help you. Really quickly, there's a Charmed episode where Phoebe charms a pair of glasses or a pair of sunglasses, and when she puts them on, she's able to see things for what they really are. And if you're into spell work, if you're into magic and all of that, you can take a pair of sunglasses and create a rhyme, create a charm, so that you can actually see things for what they really are. And the blessed thing about that is you don't necessarily have to wear the glasses all the time to see things for what they really are. But being conscious about seeing things for what they really are is going to help all of us in how we deal with people, because once we see the truth, we can't hide from that truth. We can't twist that truth into what we want it to be. The truth is what the truth really is. And so I encourage us this week, as we're moving through situations where we actually need to see things for what they really are, to ask, our ancestors, our spirit guides, our gods and goddesses, it, them, whatever you call that energy, to show us things for what they really are. And then once we have that information, believe what we are seeing, and then moving forward with the information that we have gleaned. That is my affirmation for you for this week. See things for what they really are. You guys have a fantastic week this week, and I will see you next Monday morning, right here on Monday Morning Affirmations. Bye, everybody.